Keeping up with messages on Managebac on your mobile is actually quite easy. If you have an email app on your phone, then you will get messages that your teachers have sent out via Managebac that look like this. They have Managebac up the top, and if you scroll right down the bottom of their message, you'll see a link that says click here to view the full message thread. So if we click on that, it'll open. Now, if we have Managebac app on our phone, it'll open straight into the Managebac app. If you don't have the Managebac app, then it'll just go into your browser and you'll be able to log into Managebac there. That link takes you straight into that message where it is on Managebac. So this one here was actually sent out in the class, and it's got the same message that we saw in the email. So why do I want you to read it in Managebac rather than reading it on your email? Well, there are two reasons. One is, once you've read it on Managebac, there's a little plus sign at the bottom where you can put a tick or a thumbs up to show that you've read it. This is really important in any time when we are in isolation like we are now, so that teachers are knowing that the messages are actually getting through to the students and that they've read them. We can put read receipts on emails, but that means that there's a whole heap of email traffic coming back to teachers as well. So this is a much more efficient way of just seeing that the message has been read. So click on the link, go into Managebac itself, scroll to the bottom, and give us a thumbs up if you understand it. Now, of course, if you don't understand the message, don't give it a thumbs up, click reply to message. Then you can ask your question there and ask for clarification. That question will be posted either to the whole group if you leave it like that. If you tick private comment, then only the teacher will be able to see it. This is really useful for questions that the lots of people in the class might also have, because then the teacher can respond and everybody can get that response. If you would like everyone to know that, particularly the teacher, to know that you've asked that question, then click notify via email and it will send them out an email. And that way that they will know straight away that you've sent that message out. Okay, so going into the message, using that link, going to the bottom, clicking the plus and adding a thumbs up, or replying to that message. Now, your teacher may actually ask you to reply to the message in other ways other than questions. And that way we can have a discussion online about that particular lesson. Now, there are three places in Managebac that messages might pop up. One is like this in the classes. One is if we click down on the menu in the bottom corner. Here under IB Manager, messages. And these are messages that have been sent out to the whole class, to the whole cohort, so the whole year level, sorry, not just the class. And then the other one is down in groups. So if you have created a study group for one of your classes, or you have a group for CAS that you're working on a project together, then you'll be able to see messages that have been sent to each other in that group. Okay, so here we can see under messages, the messages that have been sent out in this particular CAS group. So this is really handy for any group work that you have to do for any of your classes, or any group chats that you want to have. So those three places again, down in groups can be messages. In IB Manager, under messages, is anything sent for the whole year level. And then of course, in your classes, on the class itself, you'll find your messages there. Now, there are lots of other areas there in the class, such as tasks and units, overview, where you can see all sorts of other things. The calendar is particularly important to be able to see the calendar dates for that particular class. If you are here in Managebac though, it could be confusing to have to check all of those 3 places to see what new messages come up. It is very handy to be able to, inside a class, see messages and be able to scroll back and see what was the message sent out from last lesson, what was the message sent out for the lesson before that. So scrolling through and being able to see the whole thread of all of the different messages is particularly handy. But how do you know whether you've had any new messages pop up in any of those other areas? And you might have missed them in emails. So this is why we have notifications on Managebac. So down in the bottom corner we have notifications. And this will tell you any of those messages that have come up for you in any of those places. You can see, just like an email, when it is bolded, it means that you haven't read it yet. When it's not bolded, you've actually been in and read it. So use those notifications to just check. And you can see I've got 27 unread notifications there. So I probably should check on all those Spanish messages. All right, so use your notifications to see what's come in. But if you just click on that link at the bottom of the email, you can see in the thread. I'll just show you in notifications. So I'll go to that same message that I was looking at before. Here in Visual Art, the message from Mr. Davis. And you can see, now it's not real clear there because you can see the YouTube link, but underneath that is click here to view the full message thread. So we click here, and that takes us into the class where the actual message is, and we can give it a thumbs up or reply to message there. So view your messages inside our Managebac itself, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up when you've read the message so that we know that you've actually seen it. Thanks, and see you online.